Okay, today we're going to show everybody how to set up a Mountain Hardware Trango 2 tent for winter camping, mountain climbing. It's one of the better tents made, and for cold weather, heavy winds. So this is how we do it. I keep it in a trash bag so that it's not, I don't keep it in its sleeve. The only thing I keep in the sleeve are the poles and the spikes. That's the bag of spikes, and those are the poles. But the tent itself I keep in this loose trash bag so that it's not jammed into a sack all year, and this allows it to breathe a little bit. So that's okay. So the first thing I need to do is set up a footprint, which is an underliner really for the tent to sit on, so it doesn't get punctured with sticks or stones. So the footprint I use, this is my camping bag here. It's got all my gear in it. Got a first aid kit. This is my footprint I use, which is just a typical blue tarp. And then that's going to be our footprint. Okay, so this is the footprint I use. It's a heavy-duty, typical blue tarp, 8 by 10, 8 foot by 10 foot is perfect for the Trango 2. So we would put this down first, prevent any holes being poked from rocks or sticks. After we've cleaned off our camp spot, we put this down, and then the tent goes on top of this. So it's a two-piece tent. The inside is this section. Let me start with this. Okay, so there's the inside part of the tent. That's the piece you're going to be sleeping in. I typically go in through this entrance. There's two doors. There's a door on the other end. I use this door. It has a bigger, what do they call, a vestibule. So I push the tent to the far end of the tarp, so it leaves me some, place to sit on when I get in. Let me get out the next section. This is the outer shell. It will go on top. And I've set this up several times. But I recently noticed there's some tabs here that I believe I haven't been using. This is the inside of the top. This is the peak of the inside of the top. And these two tabs are for the rods. There's a rod that goes across here and a rod that goes across here. And those rods need to go through those slots, which makes this really difficult to set up. There's the window, which will tell you that goes on this side of the tent. This is the window cutout here. So you need to line up the window with the window cutout, which is on that side of the tent. So let me get the rods out. We'll start to put her up. Okay, we've assembled the rods. We've got the two purple rods, which will crisscross and hold up the inner tent. We've got two bent black rods that will crisscross and kind of separate and spread out the tent. And then there's a gold bent bar that is for the front door over here that will help spread out the vestibule. So the idea is to put these rods, hook them up to each end, and then put the hooks on. But like I said, I want to try to do it correctly this time and put these loops through. This will be interesting. Okay, so I doubt many people do this, if anybody, but this is the idea. We matched up the window here to the window slot, and you can see this tab, this bar should go through that tab, and this bar should go through that tab. I doubt anybody does this step, but I believe that's what it's for, so I'm going to do it. Okay, so now I have attached the top outer shell to the two crossbars here, which that's what I believe that's for. I can't believe anybody else does this. So now next step is to set up the two crossbars. Okay, so this is where we're at now. We've got the purple rods planted in each corner. And then in the middle, we've hooked on the center latch and the top with the, if this is right, hopefully. And then from here, we start to connect on the clips. I'm not standing on it. And basically hang the inner tent to the rods. And I'll do that now. Okay, so now we've hung the inner tent pretty much. I leave the clips open for the time being. We're gonna have to clip them on. Anywhere there's a large clip is gonna be, I guess, load bearing. There'll be another pole that crosses here. So the outer shell's on top. It's still attached underneath. This is my front door. So we're going to put up the two black bent bars next, and one goes on each side. I'll show you that. Okay, I've attached the black bent poles. They go into the sides. One comes around the front, and then one goes around the rear. The front one, I'm sorry, the rear one, it's got two holes. The rear one goes in the outside hole because this silver bar is going to go in the inside hole, which helps hold up this vestibule here. The next step is to connect the tent to the black bent poles. I'll do that now. One of the good things about this tent is that everywhere the poles cross, there's a clip which secures it nicely. So I call those load-bearing clips. Yeah. So everywhere that there's a cross in the pole, they've got a nice load-bearing clip right here. And then when I'm ready, I'll go ahead and clip them off, and they seal up nice. It just really makes this thing a secure shelter. So let me finish up with the clips, and then we'll put on the silver bent bar, or the gold bent bar, and finish the top. Okay, I've got the black bars on, the purple bars on. Everywhere the bars cross, we've got a clip, and it's been clipped. I just have to put on the gold bar, and it clips through that one, and it goes through the inner hole here, in the inner hole there. So let's put on the gold bar, and then we will put the top on. Okay, so we got all the bars on now, and you can see how sturdy this tent can be. Now we're going to put the top on, and basically the top, I like to start on one side, go up over it, and it has clips underneath that clip to the poles. So we're gonna clip right here. Clip these to the poles underneath as we cover it over. So here we go. Okay, so it looks like I ran the poles through the top correctly. Nothing's bunched up. And the top is connected nicely now. I've got anywhere there's a tie point like this is clipped on. So the top's on nice and secure. The next step inside here is some simple Velcro loops. There's about 3 or 4 of them, and they connect to this rod, which I'll do next. And then the top has 6 of these that connect to 6 bottom connectors. And then you cinch it up nice and tight. There's 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest of these 8. And then you're pretty much done. And at that point, we'll check it all over. Let me finish it up. Okay, and so in the when you're out camping, this will be, staked into the ground, and the top, the outer shell, connects with a clip onto this ring, and like that, and then you cinch it up tight here with this. It's a really good system. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Got the window lined up over the window hole. This is my entrance. I got enough footprint left over where I'm nice. I can get in there and still have a little kind of entrance way. There's another entrance on the other side. I would keep containers in here, food or whatever. I wouldn't use this one as much. But that's the Trango 2. It's a very good tent. I don't know how much you can see. A lot of room. It's a 2-man tent, but really good for 1 person. I've got a inflatable mattress and a really good sleeping bag. And I can go down about 20 below. So, I'm happy with her. And that's it.